The U.S. Air Force has secretly designed, built, and flown at least one prototype of its enigmatic next-generation fighter jet, the service's top acquisition official confirmed to Defense News on September 14. The development is certain to shock the defense community, which last saw the first flight of an experimental fighter during the battle for the Joint Strike Fighter contract 20 years ago. With the Air Force's future fighter program still in its infancy, the rollout and successful first flight of a demonstrator was not expected for years. "We've already built and flown a full-scale flight demonstrator in the real world, and we broke records in doing it," Roper told Defense News in an exclusive interview ahead of the Air Force Association's Air, Space, and Cyber Conference. "We are ready to go and build the next-generation aircraft in a way that has never happened before." Almost every detail about the aircraft itself will remain a mystery due to the classification of the next-generation air dominance program. The Air Force's effort for fielding a family of connected air warfare systems that could include fighters, drones, and other networked platforms in space or the cyber realm. Roper declined to comment on how many prototype aircraft have been flown or which defense contractors manufactured them. He wouldn't say when or where the first flight occurred, and he refused to divulge any aspect of the aircraft's design and its mission, whether it was uncrewed or optionally crewed, whether it could fly at hypersonic speeds or if it has stealth characteristics. The importance, Roper said, is that just a year after the service completed an analysis of alternatives, the Air Force has proven it can use cutting-edge advanced manufacturing techniques to build and test a virtual version of its next fighter, and then move to constructing a full-scale prototype and flying it with mission systems on board. This is not just something that you can apply to things that are simple systems, like Boeing's T-7 Red Hawk trainer jet, the first Air Force aircraft to be built using the holy trinity of digital engineering, agile software development, and open architecture, Roper said. "We're going after the most complicated systems that have ever been built, and checked all the boxes with this digital technology. In fact, we've not just checked the boxes, we've demonstrated something that's truly magical." Now the Next Generation Air Dominance Program, or NGAD, sits at a decision point. Roper declined to say how quickly the Air Force could move its next-gen fighter into production, except to say pretty fast. But before the service decides to begin producing a new generation of fighters, it must determine how many aircraft it will commit to buy, and when it wants to start purchasing them, all choices that could influence the fiscal 2022 budget. The program itself has the potential to radically shake up the defense industry. Should the Air Force move to buy NGAD in the near term, it will be adding a challenger to the F-35 and F-15EX programs, potentially putting those programs at risk. And because the advanced manufacturing techniques that are critical for building NGAD were pioneered by the commercial sector, the program could open the door for new prime contractors for the aircraft to emerge and perhaps give SpaceX founder Elon Musk a shot at designing an F-35 competitor. "I have to imagine there will be a lot of engineers, maybe famous ones with well-known household names with billions of dollars to invest, that will decide starting the world's greatest aircraft company to build the world's greatest aircraft with the Air Force is exactly the kind of inspiring thing they want to do as a hobby or even a main gig," Roper said. The disclosure of a flying full-scale fighter prototype could be just what the Air Force needs to garner more financial support from Congress during a critical time where the service is facing budget constraints and needs to gain momentum, said Mackenzie Eaglin, a defense budget analyst with the American Enterprise Institute. "If you can quickly get to something and show progress through product, it just changes the whole dynamic for the Hill," she said. "Roper has got so many headwinds. It seems this would be a likely avenue to show conceptual success for his ideas."